Hello and welcome back to the channel. My name is Kirsty and today we'll be looking at how to use the Neville Goddard's ladder technique to generate millions of dollars. Okay, firstly, if you're not familiar with the original technique and the psychology behind this technique, please watch my other two videos on this topic and then come back to this video. Okay, so let's dive in. The first thing to do is to get into a relaxed position, and the goal here is to get into an alpha brainwave state. And this can be achieved through breathing techniques or listening to an alpha frequency through headphones. And I actually have an alpha frequency wealth affirmation video, so you can use that one if you like, and I'll pop that into the description. Okay, so once you're in a state akin to sleep, your mind becomes more susceptible to the impressions you imprint onto it. So next, I want you to pick the amount of money that you want to experience in your life. And so let's say, for example, you pick $1 million. So what I want you to do next is sit down at a table in your mind's eye, and I want you to see yourself counting out the money. So for the first pile, count $100 bills until you have a pile of 1,000. Next, see yourself adding another $1,000 pile to the original pile until you reach $10,000. Then count 10 more piles of $10,000 until you're at 100,000, and then count 10 more until you're at $1 million, and just view those piles of money on the table before you in your mind's eye. So now you've counted all the cash and you can see it sitting in front of your very eyes. I want you to pick up one of the piles of cash and flick through the notes between your fingers in your mind. So bring the pile of money up to your nose and I want you to smell it, and I want you to take in the scent of that money. What does it smell like? What's the texture of the notes? How does it feel as you move the notes between your fingers? Okay, so now in your mind's eye, I want you to get a notepad and a pen and write down, this is all in your mind by the way, and write down where each dollar will go. So I want you to compile a list until all the money on that table has been distributed to where they are going to be going. Next, I want you to see yourself handing over each amount of money in exchange for the product or service that you've written down on your list, and feel the emotion and the excitement as you make that transaction. How do you feel with these new items that you've bought? How do you feel in your body? If you've bought something for someone else, what is their expression on their face when you give it to them? What is their reaction? Feel it with the greatest intensity that you can possibly muster up in your physical body. And then the next thing to do is to fall asleep whilst in this imaginary state. So basically, just before you fall asleep, you're in that state, you're living that state, and then all through the night, your brain and your subconscious is going to be processing these images. Okay, so the next part of this technique calls for you to take pieces of paper and writing down on the paper the following information. I will not allow $1 million into my life, or whatever amount that you picked in the beginning. And then stick those notes all around your home where you will see them. And every time you look at them, you will say to yourself, I refuse to allow $1 million into my life. No matter what happens, I will not allow $1 million to enter my experience. And I want you to say it with great conviction and authority and put a lot of energy into it as you say it in your mind. So what you'll do next is you'll repeat the techniques for 3 consecutive days and nights. And after you've completed the 3rd day, take all the notes down and cease the technique altogether and forget you ever did it, because it is complete. And so this brings us to the 3rd component. And this component is extremely critical because you do not want to be thinking about the $1 million or whatever amount you set up in the beginning. You don't want to be wondering where the money is, asking why it's taking so long. All of these thoughts and corresponding feelings and emotions create resistance in your energy field and take you out of alignment with the outcome that you desire. So just let it go and continue enjoying your life. Now, remember, the money you desire is already available in the field. The only reason you don't possess that amount of money now is because you hold some level of resistance in your energy field that is fueled by negative thoughts and emotions around the lack of money. That's why the letting go part is so critical for this technique to work. So the wondering, the frustration, the impatience, all keep your energy separate from the energy of what you want. So have fun with this. Keep your energy light. Okay, so there you have it. That's the conclusion of the Neville Goddard's ladder technique for generating large sums of money. Please let me know in the comments how you went and what happened as a result of doing this technique. And as always, thank you so much for joining me, and please like and subscribe for more videos on how to master your life.